To host Kimla Lowe. I am here and it is a new moon in Leo. We are in August 16th, by the way, 2023. So happy to have you all here. I'm just going to add a couple of things and see if we can get the chat moving. We'll do that. There we go. And let me see, there's the chat. Let's make sure we've got the chat up and running. Hello, everyone. I know you're just all kind of getting into gear. I want to say hello to everyone. I want to say hello to everyone. Let's see. Alrighty. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. But we are, we've got a great show tonight. I just wanted to get into a little bit about the new moon. This is a great chance for the fire sign of Leo. We have had so much progress, healing, awareness, highlighting of the heart of Leo, the courage, the compassion, the grandiose of honoring the family, the children, the father. We have this huge push, and it's been that way for a couple of months now. Now, this is the thing. The thing about Leo energy with this new moon. New moons, of course, are for planting new seeds. It's for writing down your lists of wishes, of goals, just like you've received them. I like to say it's when you show gratitude for the results of your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. So if you would like to take time out tonight, write down 10 of those particular wishes and dreams, but like you've already had them. For instance, I want to thank you for my bank account at $100,000, or I'm enjoying my new friends in my inner circle. I am enjoying being the top supervisor at my job. I am enjoying 10,000 new listeners on my channel. This is the kind of thing that you want to frame out, and you want to basically, any new moon, you can do this too. But what you want to do is you want to meditate, you want to open your heart up, and you want to be in that gratitude mode. You want to be in that loving, warm heart chakra meditation where you definitely can see those goals clearly, the results of those goals, your dreams coming true. I am so happy that I made a family trust after winning my lottery ticket. This is the kind of thing that you really get detailed about. Let's just say in your hopes and dreams category, you'd like to have a new car. You want to say exactly the type of car you are enjoying. You find those particular tires so smooth when you drive the car. If it's an electric car, you can picture every morning starting up your car and it just purrs and the engine is so silent, and that you are enjoying the quiet ride of your electric vehicle. All of these kinds of things are very specific, and that's what the universe is receiving. There's receptors, and when we open our channels for meditation, we become a receptor for information from the universe, especially at 27 degrees Sagittarius. This is the portal, the opening, the gateway to the galactic um, educational system, the information system. And this is how we reach new dimensions and up level in our lives. So in this particular time frame, and it's the day before the new moon August 16th and also August 17th, you have these 3 days of window time to really put down your wish list and put it in the in the future tense, that yes, you've already received it, and yes, you are enjoying all of these things coming true. The thing about this particular new moon in Leo at 23 degrees, we have got the moon, and it is in a square. It is in a challenging aspect to Uranus. Uranus is the planet. um, it's a rebellious planet. It is the planet that rules Aquarius, where we're moving into for the next 20 years. It is the planet of inventions. It's also the planet that rules technology and that rules the electromagnetic field of planet Earth. So we may see some very unstable air, some very unstable earth conditions, but it also runs through that nervous system. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this particular new moon and how this is a wonderful time to plant your seeds, to push the reset button. But because it's in Leo, because it rules the heart, we are definitely setting on a new path and a new number of frequency in which our heart is going to be beating. Our heart is going to be beating at a higher frequency that perhaps may be a little chaotic. It may be going up and down, or heart palpitations. You may be feeling your heart for the very first time in your body. You may feel a very warming sensation. You may feel a rush of circulation throughout the body. These particular symptoms are all what's happening, all well and good. So if you are seeing that or feeling that, you will know that your particular heart frequency is being up leveled at this particular time. Now, because it's in a square, Uranus is going to be acting up a little bit. So it can be seen, it can be heard, it can be utilized. It's not just going to be kind of like a smooth entryway. Because it rules the nervous system, you may be a little bit hyper. People may make decisions or say things or sign things, or perhaps rush through things that they never would before. So make sure that you have a huge field of compassion around you, because your tribe, your loved ones, the children, they may be a little bit in an agitated mood. You may be feeling what I call unsatisfied, no matter where you go. Even if you go back to the people that you've known for a long time, you've always felt comfortable with them. You've always felt as though you've been heard, and you've always felt as though you're in a safe place. Or perhaps you go to a place, a restaurant, or perhaps a place of study, or maybe out in nature. You've always found that this place brings you solitude, brings you happiness and joy. There's something about returning now, as Venus is in retrograde, to these particular places that you love, or you've experienced joy in a very high realm, that you're going to be feeling very unsettled. unsatisfied. You're going to be going from your day-to-day, duties, and you feel as though you're not putting in 100%, or perhaps you are not feeling as though you're accomplishing. So you're doubting your own um, path. You're doubting your own mission. So this is something that is okay. You're supposed to be feeling that way because Uranus is pushing you to rebel about something, or to recreate something in your life that's brand new, that you've never done before. So if you feel as though you're complacent, or perhaps, you know, everything in your life that has just been going smoothly, or perhaps your job, or the family, or your education, or whatever it is that you've been progressing on, now all of a sudden it's like it's not good enough. Like all of a sudden you can't find what you're looking for, either either with your partner, without your partner, or perhaps the universe is showing you that you need to study in this particular direction, or you need to visit, or you need to take this restlessness that really starts up in the heart region. You can feel your heart being a little restless. You project forward and you don't feel comfortable. You project in the moment and you may not be receiving the validation or the signals or the solitude that you once did. Or you go back through the past and you're looking for any stone left unturned, or perhaps reconnecting with people from your past. You're not going to feel as though that's right either. So the universe is asking you at this particular new moon to ground yourself. We also have a wonderful trine, which is very supportive energy, very easy energy, and it gets results quicker with the earth signs of Taurus and Virgo. Earth signs are going to feel a little bit more grounded. They're going to feel a little bit more practical. They're going to feel as though, okay, once I think about this, I am going to be on steady ground. Some of the fire signs or air signs, a lot of the water signs are going to fare pretty well, but a lot of the air signs and fire signs are going to be feeling a little unstable. And what we need to do here is we need to look at something that you have been given a sign, a signal, perhaps a premonition or a dream, something that you're pulling back off the back burner that you've always wanted to do. You need to get into creative mode. You need to get back in the swing of things. So if there was perhaps a workout and you have not been doing it, you need to get back and doing that. That is going to bring that groundedness back into your life and stabilize this particular energy that Uranus has brought in a little bit of a destructive flare. So that could bring something out of the blue. Let's just take, for instance, Maui and the town of Lahaina, the fire that went through on a moment's notice. We could have this flooding and these kinds of things happening at the end of August, when we've got Pisces full moon coming up. So I want to tell you that if you have not purchased something to protect yourself, whether it is your insurance, perhaps you have a rider that, if you share walls or condos, townhouses, apartments, things like that, get that rider on that insurance policy, because it's very Very possible that this particular energy towards the end, when the full moon in 2 weeks comes up, that something could come right out of the blue, a big storm, a breakage in pipes, something to do with water as well. We're going to be talking about that full moon in Pisces at 7 degrees. It's going to be occurring on August 30th. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later on in the month. But right now, this new moon that we're dealing with is in a fire sign. So you could have something that's a frayed wire that you didn't know about, a light boom, that explodes, or something even as silly as burning dinner. You've got to turn that heat way down low as you're cooking. Things are going to heat up, cook faster, and those kinds of things. This is a very, very tender time. If you're doing any extreme sports, you could turn an ankle. You could overwork your heart and not even know it. So these are the kinds of things that come out of the blue. It's a challenge you'll have to deal with. And if you have been struggling with how to solve some problems, let's just say in the financial area, you need to get creative. You need to look outside the box. You need to think, wow, um, even though I have like just so little, where can I put it so that perhaps I can, I can double my value. This is a lot, when we're also dealing with an oversight of Venus being in retrograde. Venus is about value, higher money, love, joy. These are the kinds of things that being in retrograde means that it's not apparent on the outside. You take a new job now, you're going to be taking perhaps a cut in pay. You're going to be now tuning up the inside of your value. So down the line in September, on September 3rd and 4th, depending on where you live, Venus is going to turn direct. After that point, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, we are going to have that transition period where Venus steps up to the plate and starts delivering to you the money you deserve because you've upped your value on the inside. Okay. We need to get creative though. We need to look at where and how we can project ourselves into the future. You only get one new moon a year. And Leos, this is it for you. So this is something that I really want to strive to tell you how special this particular new moon is for you. Leos rule the 5th house of creativity. They know that they are little creators. They love to have a good time. They love to play in a childlike way. And they also love to get very creative with their children. So this is something that I want to bring to your attention. I really think that Uranus has made such a presence for itself on this particular new moon. Again, it has another aspect that we've got to take into consideration, and that is Uranus is going to be trining. That's a good sign with Mars. So out of the blue, you could be launched in your work or in your physical activity or the actions that you're taking. It could have a wild turn for the better, because it's in a trine. So these kinds of things, and with Mars in Virgo, with Mars in Virgo right now, and we're going into the Virgo season. This says, Virgos, you are going to be opening up some wonderful opportunities. It's almost like be open, and yes, try different things, get out there. And sometimes Virgos are kind of introverted and shy and peculiar or particular about their taste, about who they hang out with and who's in their tribe. And, they don't really want to put themselves on display without having themselves validated through education or through wisdom or through experience. And I say, get out there and play, get out there and meet people. New things are going to be coming your way. We are gearing up for Mercury to be going retrograde as well. And so that is going to be coming up very soon. So Mercury is going to be in Virgo going retrograde. So let's talk a little bit about what we can do on a day-to-day basis with this particular new moon in Leo. There's something new that you are going to fall in love with. There's something that may require a little bit of action from you, but there is something in your day-to-day life that you are going to direct your energy to. It could be something that you join a new group of people, and the new group of people have to do with servicing children that are underprivileged or the homeless, or it could be that you are going to be learning or taking new technology classes or educational classes. It could be that you're starting to unlock your curiosity about metaphysical energies and situations and how it works and the laws of the universe and astrology, astronomy. All of these things could be something that you put your energy to. You develop a new drive that you absolutely love, has to do with new age, has to do with the future, has to do with something that is going to be giving you results that you can see and you can really apply in your day-to-day life. So let's just honor that particular wonderful energy, and we can go from there. I also want to say that in 2 weeks' time, we have the full moon that was on August 1st, and 2 weeks later we have the new moon. This is the phases of the lunar phases I'm talking about. 2 weeks later, we have another full moon, and this one's going to be August 30th. So when we have a second full moon in a month, it's called a blue moon. This one's going to be a super moon. It's going to be very close to planet Earth. Because it's a blue moon, it's very special. Everybody says, oh, things happen once in a blue moon, which is true. It's very, very unique that we have this kind of setup with 2 full moons in a month. So with this blue moon coming up, you're going to be hearing about this a lot. But this blue moon coming up is extremely special. Why? Because it's going to bring psychic activity into all of our lives at a very different level. There's going to be a huge download of energy coming in, either through your dreams, through your third eye, through any kind of solar plexus, your gut feelings. You are going to be, if you have never unlocked your particular sixth sense. This is the super blue moon that is going to bring the drama. It's going to bring the energy. It's, full moons fill your cup. That's why the moon is so bright and full. It's drama. It's feeling of nature. It has the ability for your ancestors to present themselves in a way that is very common and with messages and blessings. And also, we also have a tuning fork running through at this particular time. It's going to be great. I really cannot wait for this particular full moon. It's going to be awesome. So the full moon in Pisces, yes, it can bring water because it's a water sign, and usually at that particular time it can bring in perhaps a water storm of the oceans, or perhaps a hurricane or tornadoes or some type of erratic activity. Yeah, absolutely. But it also can do two things, and that is bring your awareness to the water of the body. You're made up of water, and it's one of those things that water is a conductor for electrical energy. Water is something that can, when used correctly, heal trauma. It can heal blockages, tumors, arteries. It can heal, of course, dehydration, which causes the brain and the electrodes in the brain to shut down. It can cause, to have a healing, flowing sensation of water within the body. That's what is in between the joints of your knees, your elbows, your fingers, where you may have arthritis or you may have some stiff joints and things like that. If you haven't been drinking water, drink more. If you have been drinking water and it just is not doing the trick, add a little Himalayan or Celtic salt to it, because the salt is what brings that water into the cell. And the cell is the one that is dehydrated in many cases, or not receiving the water. And so it's grinding, right? There's no, like a water bed. We have these little water beds all over us. So, So you want to definitely replenish yourself in the next 2 weeks' time. I was wondering if you have been using the fire element to your advantage. The fire element, let's talk about that, because our new moon is in Leo. The fire element, you can use candles, you can use lights, you can use the color red. And when you activate the fire element, it brings recognition to you. It obviously heats up anything that you are wanting. If you are using the direction of the south in which to do this with, this is something that you want to highlight. If you would like your projects to go faster, if you would like to have the funding arrive quicker, if you would like to be known in a specific way, this is fabulous at this Leo new moon. If you are an actor, or you are the spotlight, politician, if you have a YouTube channel, if you are wanting to be seen, to be heard, if you're an influencer, in anything like that, what you want to do is you want to take your information, you want to take your project, you want to take your book if you're an author, it's your screenplay, you want to take any kind of photos or any type of bank statements or anything like that. You want to place it in the south direction. And that's the true south direction. You can find that on your compass. Usually you have it on your phone. And you want to either wrap it in a red scarf, tie a red thread under it. If there's something that you want a specific amount of funding for your project, you want to take a red pen and you want to underline that. You want to write your name in red, and you want to place that in the south so that all of that energy of highlighting you and focusing on you is for your fame, and also to heat up maybe something that has been on pause. Let's just say you're waiting to hear some paperwork, or you're waiting for a lawsuit to be in your favor, or perhaps something that you're waiting for as far as test results to be positive. All of these things need to go into the south, and you light a candle. Now, I am not really big on red candles. I think it's a little bit too much red, too much fire, and you can always go too far with an element. I like a white candle that brings purity, balance, and it also lets you reach your third eye with clarity. And as you are lighting this white candle, I would love for you to close your eyes, go up to the third eye, open it up, and visualize each and every item that you have, and ask for grace, and enjoy infusing each particular item with an outcome that you foresee in a positive way, and that you will be known for in a positive way. So this is anything to do with legacy. This is anything to do with results that will definitely put you in a higher standing. Respect is very good as well. So when you have all of your items in the south, you have something, either they're on a red tablecloth, red scarf, or they have red string around them. I like to add something that will bring you, along with your good results, along with your fame. I always like to add respect to your name. So what I like to do is add an amethyst. The amethyst is, of course, purple in color. There's a lot of different colors, but purple is the one we're looking for. Amethyst, along with the candle, along with your items in the south, will bring respect to you. So you will not go into the overboard of infamous. You will be famous. You will be highlighted, but you'll also carry the frequency of respect. So make sure that you pay attention to that as well. The South also is the ruling animal of the South is the horse. So you can also put a horse, symbol of a horse, or 9 horses that we like to call the horses of fame and of success, on your desk facing the south as well. So just so you know that at this particular time, it's the time that those particular messages can go up to the universe quite quickly, and you'll see results quite quickly. There's something else that I want to hit on. In this particular time in Chinese astrology, we call this the Hungry Ghost Week. Hungry Ghost Week happens, there's a couple of different weeks during the year, and it just so happens at this particular new moon, we have a hungry ghost new moon. So this particular hungry ghost full moon got its name for restless spirits because of this restless energy that Uranus is putting forth with the new moon. And the veil is very thin, and we have the spirits that have not crossed over, or the spirits that come to Earth and on an easy trip back and forth. They visit Earth a lot. They visit Earth because perhaps they miss their addictions, or they miss their loved ones, or perhaps they miss the human realm. And during this particular time, this is the time when, if you do not recognize the hungry ghosts, they will come in and they will reside within the home for the rest of the year. Now, according to Chinese, New Year doesn't start until next February of 2024. Now, what does the hungry ghost do? It actually feeds on your good energy. So as you're bringing in all this good energy for the new moon, you want to protect yourself because the hungry ghosts are out and about, and they are the ones who like to have a say in your decision making. They like to have a say in your family. They like to have a say about what you eat, where you go, and how you are perceived by everyone else. So we really want to send them on their way. We really don't want to invite them in at this particular time. So what we like to do is we like to leave a little bit of a rice bowl or a little chocolate or a cookie or something on our front doorstep. And we like to set it up high off the ground so they can see it. And when they have had their little treat, they go on their way and they will pass by with grace your particular home and family. And they appreciate it very much that you have offered them a token of recognition that they are there. And people, a lot of times people say, well, shouldn't we send them over to the other side? A lot of times they are not ready to go to the other side, and they are in a dimension all of their own. And you can take these hungry ghosts and you can bring in the angelic realm, and the angelic realm will give them time and space as well if they're not ready to cross over. These particular hungry ghosts come in and out of different realms, of different dimensions. They're not in the third dimension all the time. These are something very different from let's just say people who have died that don't know that they've died. No. This is a different type of loneliness, of inner hunger, of inner restlessness, of inner being unsatisfied. And that was what I was talking about. If you have felt like no matter what you do or where you go and you have this unsatisfied feeling, let's make sure that you open your front doors, you leave a little bit of a treat for those hungry ghosts to just keep on going. You don't need to deal with that during this wonderful new moon that we have experiencing in Leo. So that's just something that is happening, and the Chinese feel that the veil is very thin, and it's getting thinner every single day. So for you to get messages from people from the other side, a lot of times you don't need a medium like myself. I can help you, absolutely. And if you do need help, or if you have received a message and you don't know what it is, or perhaps you thought that you had a symbol or a sign from someone, or you wish to connect with a loved one on the other side, I am available. You can book through Kimla Lowe, LOWE.com, and I would be more than happy to work with you and connect you to your loved ones on the other side if you need information. A lot of times people are working on missing person cases, or perhaps unresolved cases in foul play. And these are the times where we really make good headway, especially on cold cases. If you are out there and you are researching or working on these particular cold cases, you are going to be making a lot of headway during the next 18 days. So if you are thinking, yeah, I want to go back to that case, I want to bring it back up, I want to get working on that again, I choose to put my energy into that again, you will be quite pleased that you did. Um, there's many ways that your loved ones can get a hold of you on the other side. They can do it through musics, they can do it through visuals, through lights, through pictures, through mental pictures. They can do it auditory, where they will be talking to you or you'll hear something. They can also do it through your sense of smell, where you will smell their cigar, or you'll smell their perfume, or perhaps you'll smell that Italian dish in the kitchen going, or that wonderful banana bread, and and all these great things. There's a way that they will come to you that only you will know that it's them, through validation of your experience with them. So it's wonderful to know that during this particular time, when we play, when we create, when we bring new things into our life, that we have the blessings, okay, of our ancestors. So it's a very wonderful time for that. And which brings me, about ancestors, which brings me to something that I'm going to be doing a podcast on, and that'll probably be next week. But I'll be doing a podcast on ley lines, and what are ley lines, and why is the 33rd parallel interesting, or shall I say mysterious, and things happen coincidentally on this particular ley line, and why was it so important from the ancient cultures and ancient civilizations to erect cities and to have these specific mysterious things happen on the 33rd parallel. What I'm talking about is there, just like in your body, you have these particular meridians, these particular pathways of energy that run through your body. If you've ever had any acupuncture or acupressure, there are specific points within your body that you can access by pressure, or you can access by placing these little needles into your body that open up those particular blocked gateways of energy within the body that really stimulate the organs and really stimulate your nervous system, your circulatory, your lymphatic, your adrenals, excuse me, all of these particular systems that are held within the body. These particular, as above, so below. So these particular ley lines, these meridians, are also contained in planet Earth. So the Earth has its own ley lines. It has its own meridians. And we can see when we are tracking these particular lines that they have been blocked. They have had very holy churches, or pyramids, or places of ancestral Indian culture, or perhaps biblical biblical situations are sighted at the 33rd parallel, whether it's north or south. So 33 for sure is a master number because of it. 3 times 3 is 9. That's the primal number there. But what I want to talk about is that when I was a child, in my own experience, when I was a child, my father died at 33, and I always thought 33. There's something about that number. Even when I was a child, um, I wasn't yet a year old when he passed, but when I started looking back on it and people were talking about it, I was about maybe 6, and I recognized the fact that 33 was a very magical number, and that there was a reason why at 33 he would have a brain aneurysm. And I always thought to myself, it wasn't like um, it wasn't like he could help it. It wasn't like he abandoned his family or anything like that. It was that he was called for a higher mission. And I always thought that. And as I started studying with the Chinese masters and started studying and learning about the magic of the number 33, I realized um, how really precious that number is. So we're going to be talking about that. Jesus died at 33. There's As we break it down, there's a whole lot of coincidences and a whole lot of Indian cultures, and also the alignment of the 33rd parallel, the alignment to Orion. So yes, there is a galactic connection as well, and we're going to talk about all of that in my podcast that is coming up. I, for some odd reason, cannot see any of the comments. I'm going to real quickly go and see if there's any of the comments in here. If anybody's wanting a reading. I don't see any other comments, so perhaps there is a glitch there. I'm not sure, but I will catch you next time around. So enjoy this new moon. Take a moment and write down your 10 wishes in a positive way, like they've already come true. They've already happened and you are enjoying it immensely. Thank you for whatever it is you want. And that you are the special one that has received all of these wonderful things that you're writing down. Leo's out there. I know this is your special new moon, and I know that perhaps there's kind of a little crazy atmosphere around this particular new moon, but just know that you can ground yourself. You can ground yourself by walking on earth, getting your hands in earth. Baking is a great way to ground yourself. Creating, using your creativity, surrounding yourself with little ones that you love so much, and sharing a lot of stories and energy. And also pay attention now in the next 2 weeks to your dream state. Take a tablet to bed with you. If you do not know, if you say to yourself, "Oh, I never dream. I never remember my dreams." Yeah, you do. But if you have a little booklet, that you can go ahead and write down right when you get up exactly what you can remember and what your perception was of this. And throughout the day, reflect back to that dream. There's a message in every single time we close our eyes. When we close our eyes and we go to sleep, it's that time that the body works on itself and repairs itself, gets rid of the toxins, pumps some more energy into you, takes care of anything that you have accumulated for that day and processes it. It's kind of like, the 3 bin rule, right? We keep this, we discard that, and we give that away to where it belongs. So you are constantly imprinting information, so much information. You've been talking to so many people. You've been looking at so many things. You've had your hands everywhere. These are all imprints. Your eyes have been taking in light. That's information. When you close, you shut down, you go to sleep. All that information, all those details, the body that has been operating for you, the fuel you've been putting into it, the exercise, the muscles that you've used, they all get rejuvenated during that particular time. It's very important you get at least 8 hours rest. It's very important. If you only get 4 hours rest and you think you're going to run the rest of the day, you are going to feel sluggish. Why? The body has not completed its toxicity release. It has not taken and drained everything out of you so it can recharge you. The body's got a lot to do. Give it a chance to do its job so that you can reach the pinnacle of life and you can really enjoy your experience here on planet Earth. Until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you. Good night, everyone.